What's up, guys? I want to talk to you guys today about the 6-string bass, why it's my preferred instrument, what I like about it, and kind of talk about maybe some misconceptions about the instrument as well. One misconception about the 6-string bass is that you're getting like a whole bunch of extra notes that aren't already on a 4-string. Therefore, you must be like kind of an overly flashy player, or you want to step on the guitar player, or whatever the kind of silly misconceptions people have about 6-string players. You really don't get a lot of extra notes. So on the high string, you get tinny, dinky sounding little notes that I never use and don't sound very good anyway. And then you do get some nice functional extra notes that aren't on a 4-string on the low B. So you get, especially the low D and the low C. Those are nice to have for sure. But what it does do is the high C basically gives you, some chordal textures. That you wouldn't have on a 4-string bass, which I like. It obviously gives you some higher notes and easier access to some of the higher notes because they're right there. It also moves some of your root notes, commonly used root notes like your G and your F up, up to here. So rather than being what I like about that mostly is because I'm a little bit more comfortable playing in the middle of the neck. I also think it has a rounder sound in this general area than it does early on down by the nut. It's a little bit tighter. A little bit rounder sounding, feels better, it's a little easier to play for me. So that's definitely a nice benefit. If you want that tighter sound, you can always still play the notes down here, depending on what you want. But the main focus of this video and the main thing that I like about the 6-string bass is that it doesn't it doesn't require you to jump around as much to reach from your lower notes to your higher notes. You can get much more notes under each hand position without having to move. So right here I have all those notes in that one hand position. Then factoring in stretching and stuff, I have relatively limber hands, I have relatively large hands. I can reach a lot of different notes on this bass without having to move my hand around a whole lot. I think that's really functional, especially for me. I'm kind of a muscle memory player, I'm self-taught, so I like to kind of have that root underneath me. I like to have that root note there so I can reach up here, but I still know exactly where it is. Where if you're playing it down in here and you want to jump up here to play something higher, you got to be a little bit more accurate, a little bit more kind of in the know with your fretboard, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, clearly 4-string basses are extremely functional if you get good at using them in that way. Victor Wooten has no problem jumping from down here all the way up into the higher registers without hitting any kind of wrong notes. But for me personally, the way I approach the instrument, I like to have more notes under each hand position without having to move around quite as much. Helps me kind of stay in key. It just provides more comfort, and again, it centralizes more notes in this butter zone, middle part of the string, middle part of the neck that I think sounds the best and feels the best under my hands. I just prefer to play around here, and the 6-string allows me much more expansive notes under that one hand position. That's the main point of this this little video here, but I also want to talk to you guys about just in general with instruments. I prefer the 6-string bass. I love the 4-string bass. I love a good 5-string. I don't discriminate. If the bass sounds good, it inspires me to play something. It's all good there. Play what you want to play. Play what makes you happy. Play what makes you feel creative and inspired. That's what you want to be playing. Don't worry about people that say that a 7-string bass is too high and you're not in the bass register anymore, and somehow that's wrong. That how dare you play notes that aren't on a 4-string bass. It's just silly. Don't worry about any of that kind of stuff. Express yourself, have fun, be creative. That's what it's all about. People get hung up on gear a lot, myself included, but really what matters is how it sounds. Close your eyes, listen to what the music sounds like. How does it sound? How does it make you feel? That's what's important about a piece of music, and then when you're looking at it and you say, oh, that's on a 7-string bass, and 7-string basses are silly, whatever. That makes no difference whatsoever. It's about what it sounds like, how it makes you feel, and it's about expressing yourself and having fun. So I'll talk to you guys later.